Hi everyone, welcome to another Howard's Coin Finds on YouTube, Facebook and eBay. And I've just started and it's absolutely pouring down outside. I've just set all the buckets up because we're still not fixed with the roof since 3 days before Christmas with that storm. And anyway, I've set the buckets up. I'm in the corner that if it floods, it shouldn't get here in that room. Anyway, not to worry. Let me just fix up the one. That's it. So I've gone down the bank and I was going to grab some 5s, 10s and 20s. And I thought, oh, they got dollars, so I grabbed the dollars. I got $2 as well, so for later. I got $1,400 worth of $2 coins there to do later. And right now, $200 worth of $1 coins. So we'll have a look. And I'll try and talk up louder, but I've got a tin roof out this area, and there's half the plaster's missing, so you can hear the rain directly on the tin roof. Unfortunately, it's black outside. It's just black. Anyway, I didn't know we were going to get this bad. Let me just get that tuned in. Yeah, it's better. Alright, so we'll kick her off. Jobby, how you going, buddy? So I'll lower it down just a fraction if I can. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. I'll get in the center there. Just setting it up so I know where to put the next lot. Oh, this isn't worth looking at. 96. Oh, I think that one's rotated. Yep, that one's rotated. So 99, be a large head. Yep. The legend or the letters are right up near the inner rim there, and that's a large head. The small head is right up against the inner rim there. There's only like 0.1, 0.2 of the difference. The 99, $2 and $1 are the same. Very hard. And that's all the difference is the distance from the top of the legend to the inner rim. The IRB is all spaced on the large head and on the small, same as on the $2. That doesn't change. That doesn't designate a large head on this particular coin or the $2. So the IRB is all spaced on both of them. You've got to look here at the legend. But all the rotate ones I've got are large heads. So that's 30 degrees out roughly. So I went in the die, they locked it in. It wasn't like the 2001 that rotated all the way around. You can get a full clock on that. These ones are all 30. And I've got to say that I've got like 3 out of this makes number 36, I think. 3 out of them. Well, they drop in like there. It's too close. It's whatever happened there. So there's 4 that I've tossed out that I just couldn't. I knew they were rotated, but they weren't showing like this one. This is clearly 30 degrees. So no problems there. Let's rotate. First, the last one I got, I said it was a rotate, but it was so close I got rid of it, so I won't include that. So that's the first one in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So they're getting scarcer and scarcer as people latch on to the fact that they're a rotate. That's all I need to say. Rotates are worth money, and those things haven't caught on yet. I'm keeping them all, and I was getting, I don't know, something up to 5 rotates in a $1 noodle, just a couple $100. And that went right up to about, I don't know, February, March this year. And then now that's like, what, 3 weeks in between. instead of every time I noodle. I've got some. Anyway, they're getting scarcer, which is good. That pumps the price up. They'll get up to where they should be with the 2001s. And then, well, the 2001s anyway. Some of the other rotates are worth a lot more because they're even rarer. And the 20 cents, 50 cents, $2, other $1. Just those odd one-offs. Not one-offs, but, well, basically one-offs, or the really low mint because they caught it early. There's another large head. Not rotated. I didn't get these with cuds on the flame. Oh, this has got one there, just there. So it's got one, but you can get them all the way along, spaced out on here, and you can get it on this one. And they look like cogs, so I call them cogs, because that's what it looks like when they've got them on there. So that's a error, large head, right up at the edge. So I'll keep that one. Put the rotate over there. That one I'll keep. It's got the error, but also if I find another one, and show you the small head if I find it. But there's about 20 or 30 of these large head to every small head, standard head, and the same is in the $2. The large head, 20 to 30 to every standard 99 $2 head, small head, standard head. Yeah, so they're really hard to find and hard to identify as well. Both of them are, because they're so, the way they did it, there's only 0.1 of a mil difference on the $2, and this one's about 0.2 on the $2, on the $1. So really marginal. Oh, Joe, how are you? I know I missed saying hello to you last night. I think you came in right at the end. Yeah, so anyways, that's enough on the 99. That's nice. Real pity that 27 million on these, but it gets the die crack across here, which this one doesn't. Oh yeah, oh it does have it. There it is. Just real tiny. It has got one, and that's in the same spot that I got the other two that I found. I've got about 8 of these, but the last two, one was there, the die crack, and the other one was just above that line, which means they had this problem with a few dies. It wasn't just one. There it is there, little die crack. Very tiny. And you get that on the Millennium Flag 2000 as well. At both ends of the flag you can get little die cracks off the point going towards the rim. So it's another one, and it's in nice condition too. Come on, close down. Yeah, it's real nice. Nice little error, so put that error ones there. So 85. Excuse me. Where's the 16 changeovers? Heaps of 16s, but just don't get the changeover. I can zap through these pretty quick. I was doing double ammo a couple of years ago. I was doing it to make it fast, but I got a bit of arthritis in that hand. Makes it. There's another error. This one's in the same spot, I think. Yeah, pretty close. If you run a line from that point, it'll probably hit the top of that, and if you run a line on that point, it'll probably just near the top, so that's a little bit bigger than that one. So That's what I reckon in the die, because they're in the same spot from the lower point. This one's got longer, so that one was hit way before, and this got started, and then it started wearing him worse, and up the line it got to this from that. Very marginal, but that's what's going on there. And they're both large head, which for them to be progressive they'd have to be the same, which they are. Alright, so that's two little progressive errors. That's probably not that easy to come across either. Get rid of some of these coins in the bucket. Bob, how you going, buddy? I've still got you there. I got another mail to pick up today. I've got 4 there to do. And yeah, I am getting there. I do get a bit slack on doing them, but then I'll do them all in one hit, because I don't do the videos because they just take too long for the editing. I'd rather just do it all live, you know. So I've got to remember everybody, but everyone does. Anyhow, but yeah, that'll be coming up. I couldn't do, well, Sunday was day off, said that. And I've got to check these coins, because I've got to find coins in there to put on my eBay. Like if that was a mule, it would have been really good while I was talking. Pick up in that condition. I'll probably get rid of it real quick at about $200. That was a mule. It's in pretty bad shape. It's probably the lowest you can get, unless you can find one worse than that, bashed up real bad. But yeah, I can't do it because I've got that arthritis. That's why I've been using my left hand. I'm right-handed, but I use the left hand to do it, because this hand tends to drop them. I think that's what I was doing last time. Just 2 hands, one to flip, one to get rid of, flip, and rid of, flip, rid of, flip it, check it for that little die crack. It's too dirty, doesn't look like it. Comes the rain, it's bashing down. Just checking over to see if anybody's dropped in, and see if anybody's dropped in. I haven't said hello because I don't look at my screen's to the left. I'm looking straight ahead, so I don't get to see the chat. So every now and then I'll stop and have a look across. So if anybody turns up and says anything, just hang on till I turn around and have a look at the screen to read what's going on. And I can say hello. And if anyone drops in and goes hello, goodbye. Yeah, I just like I said, I'll get rid of. Oh, that's what's that one? 14. Like that. So you can get 14, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, commemorating World War One. The Anzacs, they're all the same, just the dates are different and the mintages are different. This is 22mm on this one, it's the largest. The 15 is 1.4, you got your 16 2.1, 17 is 1.9, and the 18 is 2 million. So you'll find them, just try and find a real nice set. That's the challenge to, well, all these coins anyway, that are getting older. Just trying to find them in good condition, which is what you want for your sets, otherwise you've got to buy them. And well, that's up to yourselves, but I'd rather find them 2019 Oh, look at that. The bush rangers. Somebody's gone to spend the bush rangers. This came in 4-pack. I can't tell you straight off hand, I don't remember now, 2019. So not intended for circulation, this one. It was in a pack. It's got the C mint mark on it. Anything with mint marks can't go into circulation. They can make them, put them in packs, but they can't put them into circulation for us to use in their money. So this was a pack of 4 coins, and I'll take a guess that it was the C mint mark, the M privy mark for Melbourne, the S privy mark for Sydney, and the B privy mark for Brisbane, at a guess. I don't know what the mintages were on this, but they're probably not that high. Anyway, that's a real nice coin to be finding in my change. I haven't had one of these. I looked at them. I was thinking about buying the 4-pack, but I didn't. I don't think they sold very well because they were there for quite some time at the mint for sale. The 50 cents is having a hard time too. But anyhow, that's all right. That's a couple of dollar coin for sure. No worries there. Very nice. Unexpected. And that's what's good about noodling through your coins, searching through your coins, Fossicking, checking your coins, whatever you want to call it. And finding things like that, well, in the pack, I think the pack was 20 bucks. So they were $5 each, uncirculated, basically. But you couldn't buy them for that because they didn't bring them out. You had to buy the whole set. No errors. You know, a little bit rotated, I'd say. See, that's one of those ones. It's just rotated compared to the other one. Oh, gotta hold it. No, she is definitely rotated. I'm just doing off there. Gotta get it spot on east-west. And you can see, yeah, it's rotated. I'll have to keep it anyway. It's in nice condition. And that's a large head as well. They're all large heads so far. So that one I can use for comparing a small head. Because that's minted nicely. If we find a small head, not easy. Well, standard head anyway. They're not small. They're just standard against the large head. But they only increased their head by, well, by judging by the size off the top of the legend to the inner rim. They've only increased it by, I don't know, maybe 0.4, which gives it 0.2 on either side. Different, so that's the difference between the standard head and the large head. 0.2 of a millimetre, which is 0.2. 1. No, that's not right. Forget it. I was gonna. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 0.2 of a mil. It's a little bit high, but I can still see them. It'll get better as it goes down, the coins. Mm, 14. I'll keep it there just in case I get any, in case I score 15, 16, 17, 18. We go with it. And that one is another large head. It's not rotated. It's got no cut errors on it. Amazing. There's the Great Australia Coin Hunt, number 3. So I had 1, 2, 3. One was 523,000. Number 2 was 4. No, I'll just say 460. I think it was 63. 460,000 each, and this one no mintage on these yet, but they'll be around. They'll be around that same area, I dare say. Well, they could be higher because the mint started selling them. So yeah. Anyway, 26 to find, and the special letter is the X for crux. That's the star in the Southern Cross. I think it's the second largest star, in actual fact. I think it's the largest one. And it's blue. That's the special one. 1 in every 10 rolls, supposedly. 2008, worst coin, worst $1 for errors is the 2008. It gets the most. So it's got the rabbit ears there, so a big chip. There's the die. Right on the edge of that design. The design's chipped, you know, in the die. It's a weak spot behind there. Probably when it's getting hammering, you know, 110 tons getting pounded all the time, and you sort of got a point, if you could imagine, on the flat on the field. You got a point finish into this kangaroo, and pointy things don't like being hit. Just a crack on there, take the edge off, take it off, take it off, take it off, and you get that. Anyway, 2008, yes, they're the worst. All over, everywhere. Cuds, die cracks, cuds, all everywhere, all over it. Double tail, triple tail, that's on top and the bottom. Boxing glove, big huge cut on his paw there, looks like a big boxing glove on the one. You can get it everywhere, just check them. And then the 2009, to some extent, it has some of the same errors that this gets on it, but not as much. But this is the worst $1 for errors. There's nothing compares to that one for the amount of errors on it. Oh, I haven't looked around, sorry. Yeah, I'm feeling like a 2000 mule. Yep, ran around the house, a bit of coal in my mouth for good luck. Did a chant. And we'll see if that paid off. Geez, it's really pouring down here. Right on, large head, rotate so you can sort of put it there. That's out. And you get the rotates with those cut errors on the flames as well. So, and you can get those cut errors on the small standard head and the large head. So that flame was a problem on both die varieties, standard and large head. And it was also a problem when the obverse was rotated 30 degrees out. They had a problem with the one on the back of that one too, because you got I've got two that got cuds on there and they rotate. It's just so marginal. Again, it's that one that's it's not quite 30, I don't reckon. Anyway, that's two rotates after complaining I hadn't had any for a couple of weeks, and I was getting up to 5 in one noodle. And I'm keeping every one of them, because this one here is rotate is like, you know, straight away $35 at least, going up depending on the grade. And yet those ones, no, no one's interested in them as yet. Oh no, that side's just hammering. So on this one you can get a variety. On the reverse you can get this one. It's the broad letters or broad numbers. And the I'm pretty sure the standard is the thin letters, thin numbers. But they're much 50-50, it doesn't matter. They're not scarce of each other. you'll get the broad and large all the time, either one, broad and thin. And it's supposedly supposed to have a large head, all spaced IRB. Don't worry about look for them. If you find one, on a serious note, take it to Downey's. It needs to be auctioned off. If you find a big head on one of these, they just don't exist. They're in a book or books, and there's no pictures, there's no proof, there's no sales of one. It's just hearsay. Unless I see proof, it's hearsay. And no one's ever found one. I've put the challenge out. Anyone got one, send it to me, show me. I want to see it, but I want to see a mirror shot. I want to see in the mirror, because I want to see this with that all spaced. And anyway, I've put that out for years now, and nothing. And to send me towards photos of it, where it is. Not text. I don't care about text. Anyone can write anything. I could write stuff. And that's not right. You need to have the backup. That's just fake news until you got the proof. And proof is in the pudding. You want to see it. You want to hold it. Otherwise, everybody be making up some gold coin that they saw and that's not even existing, or some silver coin or medallion. Who knows? They know it, you know. So pictures. You want proof. We always want pictures. You always want pictures. You never take anyone's mouth that they on it without proof. If they haven't got the pictures, who it was, where, what time, and all the details about it, as if it was a picture. Otherwise, take it with a grain of salt, man. Don't believe it. Everyone wants their 15 minutes. Anyway, that's absolute definite. Just you want proof. You always want pictures. So yeah, so anyway, and it's a rotate, that one too. So rotate, and the reverse has the two guys, the thin and broad 1901, but the obverse, large head, not a chance. Oh, there's one. Qantas, totally unexpected, rocked up. Pretty sure they're 2 million now. I did have yeah, I can't remember now. I think they're 2 million. I got a note here. I can look at it. Yeah, they did 2 million for the Qantas. That's only like my fourth one I've noodled in the last 2 years. Yeah, it is. Don't get them too much down here in Victoria. But anyway, lovely coin. It's funny too, they just changed CEO. I wonder how their stocks are going to go today. Oh, well, they've been running for the last hour and 5 minutes, 10 minutes the stock market's been open. So I wonder if everybody approved of the new CEO. So yeah, very nice. It's not overly, it's a bit dirty, just needs a wash I think, but I think it is a little scuffed as well. Looks it, pity. Anyway, that's, you know, can't go past those two. That's pretty good. Not those, not that one. This one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. Alright, let's rock on. 3 rolls to go. I've only been going 30 minutes. That's alright. 2019 JC. They're 2 million, I'm pretty sure. Or just over 2.1, 2.3, somewhere there. It's the 14s I want. I'll pull that out the show, but I'm not interested in it. I want the 1 million. That's the 14s. 2019 with the A. These are 10 million, and with the AU or S on their privy mark, and the 35 years they brought that same year for the Australia Coin Hunt Discovery, or Discovery Coin Hunt from the Mint. I keep them because they're 1.5 million, and they're privy marks, and it's the last effigy of IRB, Ian Rankin Brawley. I think that's his name, isn't it? Brody. And I've never said his name very much, you know. pretty embarrassed. I know it's, anyway, old Ian here. That's the last of his effigy. And it happens to be the last privy mark on the Queen anyway. This one and the new JC. It's the last privy marks that went into circulation. So last Ian Rankin and the last privy mark in circulation. Unless, I said, unless they put something on her for the 23s, that will be the last on the last preview mark into circulation, not in packs or anything, but in circulation. Well, there's a rotate. No, there comes the rain. That's the thin. It's a little bit warm, but I'm pretty sure that's a thin. You look between the 9 and the 0. There's got a bigger gap too. It's just it's worn down a little flatter. I didn't keep one, did I? No. All right. Down to 3. What's rotated Queen? Yeah, but with rotates, you don't know which side's rotated unless the mint tells you. But yeah, they're just a rotate. But which one do you get? 2001. Changeover would be nice to go with the one I just found, the last $1 noodle I did. Got a changeover out of that. Was the last one or one before? Anyway, the last fortnight. Pensions, this one's got 4 reverses. 3 reverses. It's got, and it's just the ones that are different. So you got one thin one and you got 2 broad ones. So get as many as you can together and look at your ones on them and split them into the 3 ones. The broader ones, the thin you'll pick up. The broader ones, the feet are different and the top finish is different. Like this one, see it curves down. The other one is just flat across there. And which one's, one of them I could say they've got Charlie Chaplin feet. If anyone's into Charlie Chaplin, it must be the other one. It's got a bit more of a ding in here, and the way it is, it just reminds me of Charlie Chaplin when he stands there with his cane from the old films. Anyway, so 3 of them to look for. Just like try and get as many as you can, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. The more you got, the better. Try with 10, but you need to get a few. Or if your eye's really good, just pick them out one at a time. Might be a bit hard though. All the 2010s there, no rotate. That's the broader 1901. You can see the gap's a bit closer there. No large head on that either. I'll still look at them, but if I find one, it's downies, mate. Because they don't exist. That's the broad as well. 22. Found this one last time. The Anandara lava tubes. They're just solid, eh? You walk through. Really cool. You can look that up and see all the photos of that. So that's the Great Australia Coin Hunt number 3. That goes with the A for Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, there is the oi, oi, oi. I thought it, yeah. A and U. Isn't that funny the ones I found is the A and U, and on the $1 you've got the A and the U and the S and the 2019. Anyway, it's just funny that I got 2 the same anyway. Anybody noodling know where I'm coming from. Acker Brett. There you go, Acker. You got one of those 1966 PNCs. I used to buy all them with the 1 cent, the 2 cent, and they all got their stamp marks up in New South Wales. They released the little square white ones and that. Yeah, they made quite a few of them. I think nearly most post offices were making them at that stage. Man, I'm copping it here. The rain is coming down. So 2003 women's suffrage. This is the large design. It's hardly got any prong there, and the gap at the bottom is smaller than the small design. It has, the prong's double that. And down here, the gap's bigger, and the gap actually is exactly the same as that gap between the ladies there. So that gap there on the small design actually matches. And if you look there, you'd have a right angle perfect. And of course, just look up here, and it's got twice as long prong on there. So 10 million, you get 2 to 3 large to every small design. And on the large one here, the waist is being stretched. So if you look on the small one, you'll see that's where the design got made bigger, because they have to stretch it, you know. And just here, I haven't looked that way. I gather the dress is probably longer, or she might have a taller torso or something. I haven't looked that way to see which way they stretched it that way. So it's about, I don't know, 0.3 of a stretch they've done. Anyway, 10 million, 2 to 3 of these to be small, and you can find them. You'll get your sets. It's getting a set in top neck. That's the problem. Hard to find. That's got something there, hasn't it? Geez, I was about to say it hasn't, but it has. Oh. And that one is down lower, like that last one I had, with a die crack. Come on, buddy. Is it there? Is it there? I'm sure there was one there. Maybe not. Let me have a look. No, it is, but it's so tiny and a little bit dirty. It's where that sort of, that ring is, that you can see that shiny blob there. It's just under that. It's hard to show up. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. It's so tiny. It's really minor. Yeah. So anyway, check them and check all the edges on all coins where they put their design so close to the edge that they've made a weak spot, you know. So you can imagine that design in there. It's got that little bit here. If it gets pounded again, it could break off, crack, going across. So check any coins. Doesn't matter, from 5 cents through to $2, $5 even, the $10. Doesn't matter. Make sure you check all your coins you get from the mint. Holy moly, your silvers and everything. Hope everybody checks them for a variety or error. Pump it up through the roof. Yeah, don't just check your coin. Don't just check coin change or mint sets, proof sets, and that. If you're getting gold and silvers and everything, make sure you're doing it. You're not slacking off. You're doing exactly the same thing with them as you're doing checking these, because you could end up with a variety or an error or rotate gold coin or something. Imagine that. Whew. They only make like 50 of them sometimes, or 200. Yeah, feel like finding a 1930 rotated. Oh, would name you a price for sure. It'd be the most expensive error in history on a 30. But yeah, make sure you check every numismatic thing you have. It's medallions, tokens, coins, gold, silver, platinum, iridium, palladium. I don't care what they are. Don't trust that they've come out of there perfect or anything. And of course, you want to check them in case they're no good, like they're like destroyed or something. But yeah, check everything. I check every single thing that comes in my hand. It's checked. That's all the stuff I got from post. Every single thing, every coin, gold, silver, doesn't matter. They all get checked. And you have to anyway, because and then here you go, buddy. Brett here, yeah, Portland, Oregon, excellent. Just to let everybody know, I'm looking straight ahead and my screen is that way, so I can't read anything and join in. I have to actually stop and look left to say hello, who's in, and bye if I've missed anyone. That's another large one. And so yes, I'm now looking over. Yeah, thanks, Akka. You're 6:35 p.m. on the 5th, on the 2nd of the 5th. Oh yeah, because you do yours around different to us. We do the 2 then the 5. We're day then month. Yeah. So it's 11:39 a.m. on Wednesday the 3rd of May for us. Yeah, call me Brett. I know, that's what I was going to say. Calling you Akka. Akka Daka, mate. ACDC. Yeah, so that's the large, is same as this one. They're both large. So no prong, hardly anything. And smaller gap here, smaller gap at the D. And smaller gap here. But just check, you'll see when you've got a small. You've got prong here, double that, and this matches the bottom is at a right angle. And you get cuds on her forearm there too, on this, and you can get rim cuds on these. You get really nice long ones. You can get up to, well, I think I had up to 12 mil on these, 12, 14 mil rim cud. So again, check all your coins for rim cuds. 99, that's a large head. It's not rotated. And it's got a tiny little cut on there. Tiny, 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 weeny. Just starting in there. And just there. And just there. It'll go on those 3 points there. But yeah, I got them in their cogs. They get bigger, bigger, bigger. And then you get them down here and they actually look like a set of cogs. But that's not enough on there to worry about. So West Australia, you're what's West Australia? 3 hours behind. Is it 3 hours? Yeah, it probably is 3 hours. I kept thinking 2 hours, but it's not. Like South Australia is like 30 or 35 minutes behind. You got a 35-minute behind. I think that's got a little one on there. I don't know, it seems to catch the dirt there. And behind that dirt. Geez, it's absolutely pelting down here. No. Oh well, we're on the last one. The last roll. Oh, you should see outside. You guys probably can hear the rain anyway, because I have to talk louder. John Jacobs, how you going, buddy? Yeah, you can hear it too, John. Yeah, I can't do much about it. I've got a tin roof. I'm in the outback, mate, surrounded with kangaroos and emus and wallabies and wombats and kookaburras and... No, not really. But yeah, it's the add-on that they did to their house, and it's just that shed roof, you know, the flat... They don't call it top hat, I don't think, but anyway, the rippled roof. It's not corrugated, it's that flat, then it goes up 40 mil, across 10 mil, back down, then you get a flat about on the 180 mil. So, oh no, it's more than 100, they're 200 mil. Anyway, that kind of roof. Come on, the mule's my last one. I'm bugging around because I'm talking, not concentrating. There's a small one. Yep. So you can see that gap there, just by chance, matches the same gap when it's small. And then you got prong on there too. So I get this one. So you can see the difference there with the prongs, not much. I'll bring it in here better. But yeah, it's not much difference. Very minimal. And down the bottom here, we got the small on top and the large at the bottom. So you can see that gap is right angles to it. Whereas on the small one, it's doesn't match. And the other one is the waist. So you got the small one on top, but that waist there is a little bit wider than that waist. See, it's narrow. It's a little bit wider. Pretty sure that's where they stretched it. It's not much difference. Not much difference in there, but you can see the gap there too. But it's very minimal, but that's where it's stretched across anyway, in the waist. But you can, from further away, you can see that difference, can you? Yeah, you can see it's fuller. It's just a bit fuller, a bit more square, if you look there, than this square here, the toga. Anyway, there you go. So there's a pair anyway. 10 million, 3 to 1, 2 to 3 to 1. So 2 to 3 large to every small, which makes the small ones, what, 2.5 million, 3 million approximately. They're varieties of each other because the mint doesn't know which one they minted first. So there's no basis to which one is the standard for the year because they don't know. And that the case, well, they're both varieties of each other. There's no standard base. The 2001, you can get cuds on their top here. I'm pretty sure they're their heads. And their flowers, faces, I don't know. But you can get them actually balled up with a cud. And that 2001 does not come with a large head. That's all it is the all joined. That's it. So just like the 2001 Fed, that too I reckon is in the same boat as this one. This one's designated as only having that one die for the obverse. I just reckon they mixed up the Army and the RAF that you can get the large head on with the allspice IRV, and somehow it got into the book and they put it next to the Federation as well, and it shouldn't be there. Unless somebody shows me the coin in a mirror and see both sides. That's it. I'm finished those ones. So they were, let's see what I've got here. But these all rotate? I think they were. One. It's so minor. Pity because it's in good nick. So let's say 2 rotates, so 30 degrees. These ones got the little cut errors in there. In that area where it cogs up, and these two here are progressive errors of each other. This one here is in the same place. If you run a line across from that tip, you'll see where it's going, same as this one. And this one has grown upwards, extended to this one. So this one was minted first, then there's a few in between, and it got to this stage. And at that stage, it started popping another one here, and another one here. And one's going to start just down here. I think possibly there, and there. But you can get all these cogs, these little cuts. It was a really weak design there, in between there. They dug it down deep. I don't know, just maybe too close. Who knows, the machine, and who knows. So yeah, so they're a progressive error of each other, those two, with more coins to find. Like these are good progressive errors because they're a jigsaw puzzle for you. You put that one there, and you put that one there, and you want to find these ones in between, and then you want to find the one before that, and then what happened after this. Did they miss it, and it kept progressing with these other ones? And you could end up, who knows, I've had a run of 10 coins I've put together on 10-cent pieces. But you know, you don't know, you could do really big job over 10 years and have a run of 15 or something, who knows. I say 10 years, I'm not joking. You're not going to get it quick, that's for sure. That was a 14 Anzac, it was nice condition. So all errors anyway, 5 errors there. Why did I keep that one? Oh, because it's got the tiniest little hairline die crack. It's tiniest. It's in good nick, and again the same place on the wing, just here from the edge to from the wing to the inner rim. Well, the edge, it's actually edge. That's the rim on top, and these are the edges on the inside. Oh, got rid of that. So it's just the tiniest of little die cracks there, tiny, but they get worse. They'll get worse. It gets wider and thicker, and turns into, you know, quite a good thickness through there, at least 10 times that. And they're in different positions, one there and one just above this line. So far I've found 2 different dies that played up in the same spot, but this one's in nice nick. He's 27 million, but anyway, it's another error. What else is there? Oh, well, I'll show these up close again. That's a small and large design, women's suffrage, 2003. And you'll see the difference from the gap and the prong. No prong, prong. Right, so get a pair of them, try and get them as best you can. So that's just putting them, that's 6 errors, 2 varieties, collectible, well, a set coin. What was this one? Oh, 2019 JC, low mint, 2 million, 2.1, something like that. Didn't get any 14s. 2008, that's got the chip out of the die on the kangaroo there, rabbit ears they call that, because it looks like a rabbit, sort of. But anyway, so rabbit ears on 2008, pretty predictable on them. They're common fodder. Oh, that was another large. That was just to show the differences. Oh, that's a better large anyway than that one. And then we got two 2022 Great Australia Coin Hunts. Coin A, Aussie in the Oi Oi Oi. And the Unandara lava tubes. Very nice. 26 of them to collect. Rotate your coins. Yeah, so two of them. AU, Australia is AU. And then the best two, of course. Well, yep. Oh yeah, easy. Best two is the 2020 Qantas, 2 million on that one. So very nice. And then the not intended for circulation. Somebody bought the pack and spent this one. 2019 Bush Rangers. They're the pack of 4. I'm pretty sure you got the C mint mark on here for Canberra mint. The mintages will be low. I'm not sure what, but they should be. It'll be unlimited for the year, I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't say it because I'm not sure. I'll check it out. But it's so a pack of 4, and that's the C mint mark. The other, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, they can't put mint marks on coins no more. They're done for. Only Canberra and Perth Mint can do them. So they get to do privy marks. So the other 3 coins, I'm pretty sure, are going to be M privy mark for Melbourne, the S privy mark for Sydney, and the B for Brisbane. And that C mint mark. So mint marks in Australia, this is how it goes. So mint marks, just straight out obtuse letter on the field. Privy marks, well, that's square. They could be round, but at the moment we'll go they're square, and the letter is incused into that square. So it's a boss. So it's an obtuse square. It stands up. The lettering is more or less pressed into it, so it's incused. And then the counter stamp is round, incused, with a letter in the centre raised, just like that. So that's the 3 types in Australia. Is mint mark, sits flat, and just it. Privy mark is square with an incused letter or picture, whatever it might be. And the counter stamp is round with an obtuse letter sitting in the centre of it. There you go. And any of those 3 you find, you keep them. Just like this one. Mint marks, privy marks, counter stamps, first and last, are always worth the most. And that's one of the first designs too on, well, it is the first design on the very first new JC. And of course she's passed away now. So that might have some significance in the future as well. Any royalist anyway. So there you go. That's a really good score. And I'm not sure the mintage, but they'll be low. I'd only be guessing because it can't go off old mintages. It's too hard. Oh, I'll turn around and have a look here. I'm just reading all the things down, reading down. So John, you found a couple of not intended for circulations too. 1987 Pennsylvania, Kennedy. Well, P, you just got P, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, Philly, that's the state it's in. Philly, and the 2005 Philly and an 07 Philly, not intended for circulation. Unfortunately, he has not found any gold, silver. You got no AG and I got the AU. But yeah, no AGs here. Yeah, mint marks are really good jobs, yeah. I got a metal detector, Brett, and it's sitting in the bag. I set up a Swagman backpack. It's called Swagman. It's a 50-litre backpack, which is over 50-litre, 5 litres. What's that? 10-gallon bag? Is that right? Does that sound right? No, that's not right. 10 gallons. That's 400. That's too much. Forget that. Anyway, 50 litres. And I've got my little metal detector in there. And I've used it before, but it's in there. Battery. I've got everything in there. Everything. Little pannas. You name it. First aid kit, the whole lot. Ponchos. Mate, I've stacked it up. And it's been sitting in the corner in the garage for the last 3 years, just waiting to be picked up and jump in the car and go check for some gold. I've said it on you many times about it being there. I just need somebody to go with, you know, because you should go with somebody. You shouldn't go on your own anyway. Not ours. There's too many holes and mines and all that stuff. So you always got to go in twos. You know, somebody. You trained for scuba dive and never got cert. You should get cert and then make your way up to the Bering Sea there, mate. They need divers up there for their gold. But you only get good money if you find any, and it's freezing. That was 40 years ago, Brett. Yeah. 40 years ago, yeah. Well, you probably have to do the whole scuba training again, I'd say. Rain still hammer, it stopped. And you wouldn't, I mean, if I could show you, I'm not going to pick up the camera and show you, but if you could, outside, no kidding, it's as black everywhere. It's all down like a big, thick fog, but I could see next door and everything, if you get what I mean. That's the colour of the clouds. And the sun's just broken out. It's got these massive, big, bright, black, dark clouds, because there's obviously a empty patch to the east. Sun's probably sitting up near the centre anyway. But yeah, it's just broken through. The rain stopped, but it's going to be coming again. I know it's just black as and thick. All right, so going, and like I said, I've got $1,400 worth of $2 coins to check as well later. See if I can score some colour coins out of that, and maybe a couple of 2011s if I can find any, and rim cuds, which are, geez, you know, I've done 24,000 bucks in the last 2 weeks. This will be like 26,000 in 2 weeks of these, and I've only got what? I've got 3. I'm pretty sure I only got 3 with rim cuds on it, but I would have had 5, all right, because I'm an idiot. I put my coins that I keep too close that way, and when I do the 2s, they spill out, and I grab them. Anyway, I lost 2 of them, but I would have had 5. So say 1 in 4,000. That's just ridiculous. 1 in 4,000 for a rim cud, a chip out of the die, and the right on the gutter edging of the die being chipped. Anyway, yeah, so they're scarce to come by. So I'll be checking them later, and I'll be wanting, you know, coronation, and of course the poppy. I never mentioned sort of like the poppy because they're like a dream, you know. 500,000, yeah. In actual fact, 501,000. Wow, there's an extra 1,000 out there for me to find. Great. And of course the 2014s, want some doves, and the 2015 Flanders, and the 2015 Lest We Forget. You know, they're an under the radar thing. I don't know. I've got this feeling I just don't see them advertised so much, or people. Anyway, maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. But yeah, not finding many of them. And I want the 2018 Armistice for Julie. She needs 4 of them. Ooh. So if anyone's got tons of Armistices out there, I could trade something with you for them. Oh, yeah. Oh, so Brett, you're in the Marines, mate, and you got your survival qualifications. Geez, good on you, buddy. That's something. That's hard yakka. Jeez. And John's had to swim 50 metres swimming pool length, which is 50 metres, or 50 yards for you guys. It's actually a little bit different, but anyway. It's probably about 46 yards, isn't it? Yeah, underwater. Wow. I barely made it back. Oh, it was both ways. Oh, man. Floating and swimming underwater, 2 different things. Oh, yeah. Oh, you love surfing too? Yeah. I've been Bells Beach, mate, surfing there. And, you know, there's a thing down there that I learnt my lesson, mate. Don't sit on the board without looking behind you. I got slammed. I turned around and it was just a wall, an absolute massive 10-foot wall sitting right behind me, and bang, it just hit me, mate. I swear to God, it left me on the beach, 10 feet up the beach. This thing came out of nowhere. It washed me up on the beach and left me on the beach and went with me board. I'm not kidding you. Oh, mate, I didn't go back in. Bells Beach, mate, out of nowhere. You can just get a 10-foot, out of nowhere. Make sure if you're there, watch your back. You got to watch your back. Oh, man, I gravelled onto the sand. Couldn't believe it. And Bells, you don't have to be out far anyway for the waves, so I'm not that far out. I was literally 30 yards, 40 yards out. That's all, because it just drops straight off. You just walk out and it just, you're off like, I don't know how deep it is. You're just down 8, 10 feet, 20, I don't know what it is. It just drops off. And you don't have to be out far. And yeah, it picked me up, and it hits that drop off. And then of course it just, well, it's got its height, but then it just thins out, and it just left me halfway up the beach. Anyway, that was enough for that day, man. I only just got there not long before that too. But yeah, very cold. Oh, cold isn't the word for it, bro. I'll tell you 2 things that was real bad on top of that was, one, it was freezing cold because the water there's just like, I don't know, you know, 8 degrees Celsius, somewhere there. You know, so under 50 Fahrenheit anyway, all year round, just being get colder. And the other thing was, I didn't have a top underneath, and I'm like that guy in Guardians of the Galaxy, and actually in that Bering Sea Gold one too, he can't have the wetsuit touching him. If I have a wetsuit on with nothing underneath, I've got to say the word, my nipples, I can't touch them. They just react. Just absolute murder, for whatever they call that. But yeah, I had I get reaction, and I can't touch it like nearly immediately. This is so bad, and I had that too. So I had the damn wetsuit on, which was a little small. I had that rash on the nipples, and I got slammed by the stupid big wave for not looking, and it was freezing cold. Oh, yeah, it's not the sand. Yeah, well, is that what you call it? But it was from the wetsuits. Yeah, and you know what it is too? This stuff, look, this stuff. Get out of the way. This, that's the stubby holder. But these stubby holders, they made them from wetsuit material. That's what it is. That's how they got the idea. This is wetsuit material. And that in there, whatever, if it rubs on me, they just go rock hard and they're sore. But hate it, mate. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go, people. To everyone, thanks for dropping in, and I'm going to go and have my pie for lunch. I've got pepper pie for today, so I'm going to go and eat that. All right, so thanks to everybody again for dropping in and joining in. All good. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't. I don't normally say that because I don't care. Just drop in and watch the movie. Just watch me videos. Drop in and join in. All right, so I'll be back later with that another big lot of $2 coins and see what we can get out of that. All right, so have a good day, and bye-bye for now, and I'll catch everybody later on tonight. All right, see ya. Ta-da. Bye-bye. And subscribe, like, share. I'm on Facebook as well, so same name, How's Coin Finds. I'm on eBay as well, same name, How's Coin Finds. Everything's all, I've got them all the same, so I've branded it to so no matter if you Google, you're going to get all three up. All right, people, thank you very much. Yeah, oh, so your rash guard, yeah, and sand, ruined your nipples, yeah, sensitive. Yeah, mine, it was just that day. Just didn't have the singlet under there, t-shirt. Real bummer. It's so sore and you can't do nothing about it, you know. You're just walking around pulling your top out like this while you're walking around pulling out the wetsuit. Yeah, or a good dose of olive oil on there, something to liquid it up, you know. Alright, so ta-da, bye-bye to everybody, and thanks again for dropping in, and I'll see you all tonight anyway. Well, you'll see, we won't see each other, you'll see the coins. Alright, gotta go, somebody's sneezing big time out here. Alright, ta-da. Alright. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, it is. Alright, Brett, thanks. John, NN, Joe, Jobby. I'm going to miss people. It said Joe, NN. Oh no, I'm pretty well alright. If I've missed anybody anyway, thanks for dropping in. If anyone let to drop in and go. Bob, yeah, so thanks Bob too for Wachowski. I'm pretty sure, or Wazikowski. I'm pretty sure it'd be Wachowski. So thanks a lot, Bob. And that's Death from Below. You know Bob from I don't know, nearly every American stacker. He backs him up. He's big support. For not even having his own, he's got his own channel, but he doesn't create, but he just helps everybody and backs up everybody. So I appreciate that, Bob. And I've got your mail call to do, and I've got the other ones to do, so that'll be coming up. I'll really try this week. I know it seems like you can just do them, but you got to build up for them and got to look everything. You got to get to know everybody again, you know. Especially I'm doing live because I know cuts and stuff. It'll be all live, so it's raw. I can't say cut and redo it again. Yeah, so that's the thing about life. It's raw. You get what you get. So anyway, I'll be doing them ASAP as I can. Oh, all right, so have a good day, and ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.